What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another live stream. This one's a really exciting one. We have some sick stuff coming up. Stick around. We're going to have a good time. Yo, welcome back to another live stream with me, Spidey, your host, I guess. I guess I'm the host. It's my channel, but I'm also the host. It's weird. Let's go over the stream rules as we always do. You guys probably know them by now. You're sick of hearing them. You're like, shut up, Spidey. We know the rules. But I'm still going to say them because a lot of you might be new to the stream. So first of all, absolutely no bullying whatsoever. This is a bully-free zone. And I don't mean just the stream. I mean the whole channel. I do not tolerate bullying. I have an entire team of managers who are constantly checking out the channel to make sure that when you guys post or comment on the videos, on the streams, whatever, if you're trying to learn, if you're asking honest questions and somebody comes in there and is condescending, we are booting those people. We don't want bullying on the channel. There's a place where we can all learn and grow together. So no bullies will be tolerated. If you bully anyone in the comments, whether it's a fellow commenter, whether it's one of the performers, you will be banned from the channel. Thank you for understanding. The second rule, do not yell out methods, please. I know that some of you are going to see some stuff that maybe you'll recognize or you know. I know a lot of you are very talented magicians, but it doesn't really help anyone when you yell out methods, so we're not doing that. Third of all, let's keep the chat relevant to what's going on in the video. Please do not spam in the comments. That just is annoying for everyone else who's trying to comment and trying to learn and trying to ask questions. I won't see their questions because you're spamming, so we're not going to do that. Things like this are not considered spam. This is an accurate statement from our friend, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Mr. Perry. I'll just take the last name because I know how to pronounce that. So statements like this are fine. That's not spam. You know, if you're spitting facts, it's not spam. So super excited. We have a couple of guests for you guys today. We're going to start right now with the youngest guest who's ever been on my channel. At just 11 years old, he celebrated his birthday actually 2 weeks ago. He was supposed to be on that stream, but there was a bit of confusion. But here he is now from California joining us. Guys, make a ton of noise. Well, not noise, but, you know, make a ton of chatties about our friend. Bowden, how are you, my friend?
Good.
Welcome to the channel, man. I'm super excited to have you here.
Thanks for having me too.
Oh, my pleasure, Bowden. So 2 weeks ago was your birthday. You turned 11.
Well, 1 week ago. Yeah.
1 week ago. I was told it was 2 weeks ago. Okay, well, 1 week ago. So a week ago you turned 11. That makes you the youngest guest in the history of the live streams. So I'm excited to see it, man. I'm going to do this so everybody could see what you're doing here. And we are ready. Take it away, my friend.
Okay. Can you see these? Okay.
I absolutely can. We've got an ace of diamonds, a two of clubs, and a three of clubs.
Okay. I have an ace, a 2, and a 3.
Yeah.
Take them. Give them a mix. Now, watch. I'm going to take the 2, and put it on the end.
Okay.
The ace will go in the middle. The ace is going to go in the middle.
Right there.
And the 3 on the other side.
That was the fairest procedure I've ever seen in my life. Yep.
Where's the ace?
The ace is on, it's in the middle.
Incorrect. The ace actually jumped. The 2 actually switched with the ace. Watch. I'll do it one more time. So, I have the ace, the 2, and the 3. We're going to take these cards, give them a mix. Wait, hold on. Okay. So, I have the ace, the 2, and the 3, right? Take the cards. Give them a mix. Now watch. This time I want you to follow the 2. Okay. I'm going to take the 2 and put it right there.
Okay.
Now I have the ace and the 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, man.
8.
Yes.
Actually, jump right there. That is chase the ace.
That is incredible.
Thank you.
That is incredible. Guys, let us know Yeah, I totally agree. Look at that. It's so great how, let's let the, oh my God, I almost didn't know how to put a sentence together when I was 11. He is so talented. I have to agree with that. Look at you. Look, Loden, look at that. They're loving you, man. They're loving you.
Thank you.
I must agree with that, man. When I was 11, I could barely hold cards. And usually when you watch 11-year-olds do magic, there's a lot of, you didn't even say a single time that the pattern was clear, the moves were clear. This is a variation what you did on, you called it Chase the Ace. I don't know who is that? Did you title that or is that somebody else
No, it's
titled that?
marketing effect.
Okay, because the original market effect is the Skinner 3-card Monty, but this is in presentation it's different because usually you do the whole 3-card Monty thing where you switch them around and they got to find it, and that's the original version of this. But this is presented more as a try to find the ace, which is a little bit different than a 3-card Monty because you're never doing any switching. But I thought it was incredible, Bowden. You're extremely talented. I want to thank you for being here. And if this is an indication of where you're headed, then you're headed to great heights. So thank you so much for being here, man. That was incredible.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Wow, that was an incredible start. Yeah, isn't that funny how the cards looked huge in his hands? It looked like he was holding like jumbo cards because he's so little. And that's scary to me because by the time he's my age, he's going to be about 1 billion times better than I've ever been. So that was amazing. Somebody's asking about books on mentalism, Nicholas. I have a video on that. Go check the channel. It's called something like How to Master Mentalism and something. And on the cover, there's like all these little screenshots of me. And the biggest one is me and Steve Harvey, where I was bending the spoon for him. And I recommend all my favorite books in there from beginning to advanced and go into great detail about what you'll learn in each one. So check that video out on the channel. Let's bring in our next guest. Our next guest is, we're traveling to Europe now, to a country that I'm very well familiar with because over here where I'm from, this area of Canada, we speak French in Quebec. It's pretty much, well, in Quebec, it's the first language. For me, it's a second language. And this guy is from the other part of the world where they speak French, which is Europe, all the way from France. Let's give it up for my friend and yours, Guillaume.
Hey, Spidey. Hey, everybody.
Hi, Guillaume. How are you?
So nice to be here. I'm just like a kid.
Oh, dude, well, that's
quite nervous and very excited.
Good. Well, we're excited to see what you're going to do. Your background is in acting, right? So you started with acting and then you got into magic later on. And I think it's always interesting to watch someone who can do that because the presentation is always excellent. So no pressure. I'm just saying.
Thanks,
and for all our other French subscribers, tu viens de quelle partie de la France? C'est Toulouse, c'est ça?
C'est ça, sud de la France, in the south, Toulouse.
South of France, Toulouse. Best sausages in the world, Toulouse sausages. So flavorful. So Guillaume, I'm going to do this and take it away. The stage is yours, my friend.
Okay. Spidey, I just wonder what is an original trick. And I just said I need to use a deck of cards. Nobody used deck of cards. And I had an idea. If you picked a card, and a random card, and I found it, that's going to be very original.
Super original. That's the most original card trick I've ever heard of. I don't think anyone's ever done that.
Okay, of course, I'm joking. So I want to make something a bit spicy. I want to be blind.
Blind. Okay, blind.
That's why I'm going to use, I don't know how you call this, tape?
Duct tape, masking tape, I don't know, duct tape?
Yes, something that we use for a theater. Here, if I do this, you can be sure that I'm going to be blind, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And I can assure you that now you can raise your middle finger. I don't know this. You can make, I don't know, some move obscene. I don't know that you do this.
I'm not going to do that. There's kids watching.
Oh, come on. Of course you did it. Spidey, you did it. Did you did it, man? No, of course. I've got a deck of cards. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. You are gonna pick a card. I'm gonna use the Ben's method that he used last live.
Yeah.
So you're gonna say stop whenever we want.
Stop.
Here?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a card here? Yes.
Yeah, that's right there. Yeah,
This
that
one
one.
is good for
That's
you?
what I wanted. I had my eye on that from the beginning. Yeah.
All right. So this, of course, I'm blind, so I have got no idea of what card is. Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay, say stop whenever you want.
Stop.
Here.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, perfect. That's
Okay.
extremely fair.
All right. So it's in it now. I'm gonna cut here. You see how I'm fair, right? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
A little shuffle.
I'm already excessively fooled. Okay.
And now, maybe it's not enough to be blind. So I want to do it. I know if you can see, but my hands are behind my back.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And just in a shuffle, I know maybe here or there. It's gonna be. That's not easy. Okay, I've got a card here.
Yeah.
Right? You can see it, man.
Just one.
Can you say to me, are you here? Yeah.
Yeah, here.
Can you
Yeah.
say to me what was the card?
It was the Jack of Clubs. Valet de
Okay.
Trèfle.
I don't know if it's this one. So I'm gonna show you, and if it's good, I need you to applause or I know to cry or to shout because I got no clue if it is the good one, right?
Okay. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Is it the good?
Oh my God! It's the right one.
Yeah. Ah!
Nice, dude. That was so good.
Thank you, man.
So good.
Such a pleasure. Such a pleasure to
That
do
was
this with you.
incredible. So that's again such a great example of how you put a find a card trick in the hands of an actor, somebody who takes time to think about presentation and theater, and you get this. And guys, look, I mean, if you could take a trick like that, the most basic trick, which is find a card and make it that interesting because you're adding presentation or you're adding, different ideas to it presentationally, think about what you could do with other tricks, more advanced tricks. If you spend more time thinking about how you're going to present it originally rather than buying more tricks. So Guillaume, that was an amazing example of how presentation can change everything. So thank you very much. Merci beaucoup, mon ami. It was a
Merci à toi.
to have you all the way from Toulouse. We're going to say goodbye for now, but that was incredible. Thank you. Okay, guys, we have a spammer. Oops, sorry. By the way, guys, I totally forgot, but I'm going to do this now. Let me just put this spammer in timeout. Okay. I'm going to do this now because I forgot. Our first guest today, which was Bowden, this is his Instagram, Magic Blueprint. So write that down or take a screenshot. Please do go follow him. I really appreciate it when you guys go follow the guests that we have on the stream, when you guys encourage each other. A lot of people try to get on this stream, and you guys don't know that I keep an eye on who's really encouraging in the comments, in my other videos towards each other. I'd like to bring people on the stream that are trying to create a community here rather than just trying to get on the stream for selfish reasons, because it's very important to me for everyone to get along. So I did forget to say this, but that is at the bottom there, Bowden's Instagram. Guillaume doesn't have one yet. He's still working on building his brand as a magician, but please do go give Bowden a follow right there. Right there. Awesome. I'm going to do a tutorial for you guys right now. I did a tutorial yesterday on the channel. It uploaded yesterday, which is weird, a Saturday. I did 2 this week. Also, next week, I've got a special guest doing a tutorial on the channel. It's a collaboration with someone that is one of the biggest teachers of magic on YouTube, and that's going to be next week. And then the week after that, we're going to do a holiday live stream. There's going to be a lot of giveaways. I'm going to be doing gifts and stuff. So make sure to be here for that 2 weeks from now, because I'm going to be doing a lot of giveaways. So that's what's coming up. Next week is a tutorial with a collaboration. That's such a great effect. Fooled my pants off, and it's going to fool you guys as well. And then the week after that, it's the holiday special, Spidey holiday special. So no, it's not Assad. That's a good guess. It's not Chris Ramsey either. It's not Boyer. I don't think you guys even, it's not Shin. I don't think you guys even know that me and this guy are friends, but he does have a great channel of tutorials. And you know what? If you don't know who he is, you're going to discover an amazing, amazing teacher of magic. So I'm really excited for that collaboration. Thanks for yesterday's tutorial. I didn't see that coming. Yeah, you're welcome. Don't thank me. Thank Alex Pandrea. He basically forced me to make a tutorial video because I did the thing. I showed him the thing with the cards with the reflective back, and he forced me to put the video out. So anyways, right now I want to hear from you guys. I'm going to teach you guys one of two things. We're either going to cover right now a spread pass, which is a really great way to get a card to the deck in a very invisible way, or we're going to cover a side steal. Both moves I love. So let me know in the comments. Can you see my t-shirt? Yes. It says I am unstoppable, and it's a T-Rex with a reacher, because now he could grab anything. Okay. Let me know in the comments. Do you guys want to do you want to cover side steal, or do you want to cover spread pass? There's one. Okay, so it looks like there's one for spread pass. Okay, that's a great point. So someone's saying that spread pass is covered by Pandrea, and that pretty much seals the deal for me. If Pandrea covered it, I'm not going to do better than him. So if you guys want to learn a spread pass, head over to Alex Pandrea's channel, because I didn't realize he teaches it there, and that's amazing. So side steal. A lot of people are saying side steal. So what's a side steal? For those of you who don't know, especially for mentalists, it's a really cool move, because here's the thing. I said this in the comments of yesterday's video, but when you're doing mentalism for people, they're not looking for moves the way they do when they're watching a magician. When a magician does card tricks, people are grilling your hands trying to see when something happens. With mentalism, it's so much about presentation that you can often hide things just because you're casual about it. So let's learn a side steal the way I do it. And then my guest today, who is an expert with cards, is going to help you guys a little bit more with this. I'm going to make him. So side steal, for those of you who don't know. So you say to someone, I'm going to go through the cards like this. You're going to say stop, and I'm going to have you take a look at the card that you've stopped at. And then you could give the cards a mix before you begin. And you go through the cards like this, and they say stop. That's a joker. I'm going to get rid of the joker. They say stop, and they take a look at the card that they've stopped at. In that case, that was the 7 of clubs. And in squaring the cards just like that, and you don't even have to do the dribble, you get the card to the top. Let me do it again without the dribble, because I want you just to see the move. 4 of clubs, like that. That goes in the middle of the deck. And while you're talking, you just square the cards up, and the card is now at the top. Not sure how that's looking. It's really weird to perform to a camera that's down there. Usually their eye level is above, so it would end up somewhere around here. But let's try it again. Ace of clubs, that's in the middle, and you say, I want you to focus on your card. It could have been anything. And in that action of squaring up the cards, you've got their card at the top. So let's cover it. Yeah, you can do that too. You could totally go for a glimpse. But this is for, if you need the card, if you need it controlled because you're going to get it somewhere else. Maybe you're going to do a prediction effect, so you need to get it inside an envelope. So that's a good point. This is not to know what the card is, but it's to know where the card is. It's a replacement. So yesterday I taught a lot of really cool peaks, and this is just another way. If I get it there, for example, yesterday we had the peak from palm. So now I can just, by squaring up the cards, see what the card is, and then now I have it. So it has the additional advantage of bringing it to the top. Anyways, let's cover it. So Is it better to go into full palm or just lateral? Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys how I do it. A lot of people do the side steal to where they get it into their palm. So it's a full, I can't even do it right. So they do this and then it goes to the top. I guess that was my attempt, but I don't do that. So what I do is this. First of all, the first time you tell them what you're going to do, you hold the deck down here and you say, you're going to say stop and I'm going to show you the card, because that really makes it look impossible. But then after you shuffle, you regrip to here and you go through, your fingers are across the bottom of the deck. You go through like this, like a book, like a flip book. They say stop. You turn your head away. That's important. You guys may not see that, but my head is turned away. You open it up. You allow them to see that card, 9 of diamonds. Now look at my pinky. It's already in place. Sorry. My pinky is already in place down here at the bottom, because you're going to shut that and you're going to keep a pinky break. Now, there is a difference here. This can be a slightly bigger pinky break, because seeing that division in the front won't really bother them that much, because they just open up the cards and they saw a card in the middle. So it's okay for the deck to look a little messier than when you're about to force or something and you need to have a cleaner pinky break that doesn't show in the front. So they say that the pinky is already in place. That's a good tip, because some people try to do this and then get the pinky in place. And that's a little more obvious. Whereas if the pinky is already here and the moment they say stop, I use the pinky to open up the cards, then it naturally has a reason for being there that's not suspicious. Now you close the deck. Of course, you don't want to do that, because they're going to see that you didn't actually close it. So you're going to want to drop the cards as you close it. So you say, good, you can remember that, and you're doing this, right? So you're closing it up as it goes down. So now I've got the pinky break. Here's what's going to happen. My hand is going to come over here to the top. So my thumb is in the back, and my these 3 fingers are at the front here, and the index is curled on top. So notice how this covers so much. And the whole packet, this whole upper packet, my thumb is going to grab that opening. The whole upper packet is going to go slightly to my right. So I'm just doing this. It's going a little bit. Some people like to dig their pinky in there and push it out. I just take 1 second and the whole packet just moves to the right. And this is happening over here, so they can't really see that. And so the packet on top of their cards, they chose the ace of diamonds, is moving entirely to the right. My pinky is naturally contacting that ace of diamonds. And as this top packet comes back, here's what's happening. I'll do the exposed view. As this comes back, the pinky just doesn't, it barely moves. It does this. Just that. Because the movement of the top packet coming back and forth is most of what's getting that ace to pop out. So the pinky just sort of here, I'll do it from the bottom. So the packet moves, the pinky contacts that ace, and it just keeps it there. Barely moves. So now that ace is pushed out like that. But they can't see that because, see? And now you'll notice, if you did this right, that naturally, without you having to do much, because of the finger positioning, that ace is now contacting the pinky here. It needs to reach that joint of the pinky right there. And the bottom of the card, I could feel it against my thumb. It's hard to see, but it's slightly poking out here. See that? Like slightly. And my thumb can feel that because I pushed it on an angle. And now, see, the deck is still here, so it's covered. I shift my grip to clip the rest of the deck here, and my right hand moves over like this because it looks like it's squaring the cards. And the second that ace is out, I'm going to hear a click. See? And now my other fingers, my left fingers down here, push that card up, and I continue the squaring motion. So it's basically doing this, and I leave the card there. And all that, if you do it smoothly, so there it is. All that, if you do it smoothly, you bring it up here, and it just looks like you squared the cards. Now, what you want to do is this side motion here, you want to minimize that the more you do it. So as you start practicing, I literally used to do it this way. My side steal literally at first used to look like this. There was that extra movement there, and then I would do the side steal. But the more you do it and the more you get that practice down, eventually you minimize it to where Now I don't even do a full slide. It's this tiny little thing like this to where my pinky could go in and push the card out. It's so negligible. And it's okay. When you start practicing, it's okay. Do the bigger movement like this just to get that card out, and then do the square and the cards on top. I just did it. So at first, it's 5 of diamonds. So at first, it's okay if there's more of like a bigger motion like that. But when you perform it, you don't want that big motion. When you perform it, when you're ready to go out and do it, you want such a slight, watch this, such a slight motion that I just did it. So again, it's just like I'm trying to do this exposed. It's not this. It's just this. And that looks a lot more innocent because you could do it like that. And now I've got the card ready and I could slide and square. So the motion is supposed to look like they're just looking at a card and you're just squaring up the cards. That's what it's supposed to look like. Also, here's another cool tip. Once the card is in position here, instead of doing the steal right away, I like to do this first, then do the move. So it breaks it up and it just looks like I'm squaring up the cards. That's another, I didn't know, I had to like almost just look at my side steal to realize that I do that, but 3 of, what is it, diamonds? 3 of diamonds there. Now watch, I do the get ready. So I've got it. I pushed it out already. So it's in position. Now I just run the cards like this. So it looks like I'm squaring them. Then I grip and the card comes out and I do this. So it basically just looks like, and it's on top. So it basically just looks like you're squaring the deck up like this and like this. One last time. Here we go. King of diamonds. Don't close it up like that. Sorry, I was trying to show you guys. It's hard to balance tutorials and performances. King of diamonds. There we go. And you say, okay, focus on your card, and that's it. In that squaring motion, it's at the top. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's a good point. You want to cover with patter. So you're not doing this to dead silence. You're saying, say stop when you like right there. Can you remember that card? Okay, keep that card in your mind. Don't say a word to me. And I think we can agree that there's no way I could have seen that. So cover with patter. Great tip. It's also really hard for me to do it down here because it's usually further up here. But if I do that for the camera, you guys are going to see it. But yeah, you're covering it with pattern. And remember, you're turning your body a little to your left. If you were to do the move here, they're definitely going to see that clipped card. But that clipped card becomes invisible. Sorry. That clipped card becomes invisible the second you move. Look, it's there. The second you move a little to your right, even if it's just a little, they can't see that. So hope that makes sense. Yeah, of course, you can use this for card to pocket. You can use it for easier to shuffle to the top. So let's talk about that. Why would we need a side steal when you can just have them look at a card, right? Or just have them pick a card. Let's say like I taught them yesterday, and you definitely can do this. Have them pick a card, put it in the middle, and just shuffle like this. Why is a side steal better or different? So shuffle controls are definitely great. I use them a lot. Double undercuts, shuffle controls. But if you're in a situation where you want it to be impossible in their heads that the card is on top, then a side steal does that. Because if you shuffle, then they know intuitively somewhere in their mind that you could have, in that shuffle, put the card somewhere else. But if you're doing this and they say stop, and that goes in the middle, and you don't move the cards, right? The cards aren't moving. To them, they just saw a card in the middle. That's a lot more impossible. Now, if the card ends up on top or in your pocket, to them, it makes so much less sense because you never shuffled. They saw a card in the middle. So yes, it's easier. Someone pointed out it's easier to shuffle, but if you're going to do what's easy, quit magic. Go do like, I don't know, arts and crafts, but like basic ones with like glue and scissors. Nothing too advanced, because the goal of magic is not to do what's easiest. It's to do what's most impossible. So put in that practice. Cool. Let's bring in our next guest. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, there's a lot of different, thanks, Chahat. There's a lot of different ways to control cards, and it really depends on what you want to do. If you're going to do a card to pocket, there's no problem with shuffling, like for them to look at a card, put it back, for you to say, look, we're going to mix it in, and now, you go to your pocket and it's there. Or a lot of the glimpses I taught yesterday, same thing. It doesn't matter. They put a card back, you mix it in, and then you know what it is, because in that case, you're just shuffling the cards and you're giving it to them. So it's fine. But in a case where you really want them to think their card is still in the middle, side steal is the way to go. Because perceivably, you never manipulated the cards. Okay. Roberto Gilby wants to know my location. So let's bring in our next guest. Our next guest this is a very, like I said, it's a very like overall young stream. A lot of younger guests. And our next one is from the Netherlands, and he is 13. Everybody, welcome to the chat. Len, how are you, my friend?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm really excited to see your trick. Thank you for joining us. What time is it in the Netherlands right now?
It's almost 10 p.m.
10 p.m. Not so bad. Not so bad. I know that a lot of our friends watching from Asia are like, it's like 2 a.m. for them or something like that. So not bad. 10 p.m. It's good. It's a good time. Len, are you ready to show us your trick?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do this. Let's do this and take it away.
I've got a deck of cards, no gaps, no double cards. I'm gonna riffle 3 cards, and I just want you to say stop at a random spot. Ready?
Yeah. Stop.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yeah, that was very fair. Yep.
Okay, keep it in mind. Okay, I put it on top of the deck. Now I just want you to say a number between 1 and 10.
Let's go with 4.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 cuts.
Now your card should be somewhere completely lost in the middle of the deck.
Yeah.
I don't know what your card is. So now I want you to imagine that there's a big blank screen in front of you, and you gotta project your card on that screen. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I think I found it. Just put the rest of the deck away. Now, I think that this is your card.
No.
Oh, wait, give me one more chance.
Okay.
I've got a blank piece of paper here.
Okay.
I put it behind the other card.
Yeah.
Now, what was your card?
2 of spades.
Okay, so if I snap my fingers, blank card changes into 2 of spades.
I don't even know what the hell that was. That was so good. What is that? Is that a marketed trick?
I don't know.
Where did you learn that?
Sorry?
Where did you learn that?
Yesterday I wanted to make my trick a little bit bigger. So yeah, I just thought of a blank piece of paper which changes into your card.
That's so cool. I'm going to be honest. I'm not really sure what just happened. That was incredible. The results are incredible. If you can see the comments, that was incredible. Let's put your that's your Instagram, right down there?
Yes.
Guys, go give him a follow. Masked Magician on Instagram. That was awesome. I think that definitely deserves a follow. You guys must go do that. So, yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, man. I'm actually quite puzzled. I'm trying to figure out, because that looked very fair to me. You had the one card, and you put the blank behind it, and then you did this, and then front and back changed. Amazing, amazing. Good job. Loved it. Guys, go show him some love on the Instagrams. All right, let's bring in our last subscriber guest before we bring in our special guest. I forgot the word special. I legit just forgot the word special. I don't know what's wrong with me. Again, for those of you who are joining us a little late, I want to announce this. Next week, I have a super, super special collab tutorial on the channel coming next week. And then the week after that, the live stream is going to be the holiday special. So all this is going to transform behind me to a Winter Wonderland. I'm doing that this week. I also have a ton of virtual Christmas shows, so that's going to be a great way to celebrate the end of that season. I have 17 shows in the next 2 weeks, all virtual. So I'm going to celebrate with you guys the beginning of my holidays. So that's going to be awesome. Okay, let's bring in our last guest. I've seen some of his stuff on Instagram. I'm really excited to see this because he's doing something that I love from the world of magic that I love probably the most. Let's bring in my friend from the Philippines, Jethro. Everybody say hello to Jethro.
Hi everyone. Hi Spidey.
Hi man, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. If a tad sleepy, it is 5 a.m. where I am. So
5 a.m. That is commitment, guys. Thank you. Thanks for doing that, man. I really do appreciate that. You know, I get a lot of messages from people saying, "Can I change the time of the stream?" I unfortunately have to do it when I have to because I look at my YouTube analytics and I know when's a good time, and I also know when's a good time for me. So it really does suck that I can't accommodate, you know, people from your part of the world a little more. But I do appreciate you staying up to be here with us.
And I appreciate you having me.
Let's do it, man. Let's see this. So you're doing something with one of my favorite props in Magic, which is tarot cards.
Yes, I am. Let's get started. Let me edit this here. This should be a okay angle. Okay, so I have a couple of things here. First, pen and paper, Mentalist's best friend. I'll put that to the side for now. In here, I have a prediction. One card, one prediction, and that's going to stay right there, just
Cool.
in plain view. And here, I have a deck of tarot cards.
Yeah.
Now, I find I am rather enamored by tarot cards, right? Personally, I don't believe in the spiritual side of it, but I still have respect for those that do. And I find the cards themselves very interesting, right? I find the idea that fate and fortune can be foretold rather fascinating. And this trick is a reflection of that. So, to begin, a bit of background for anyone because you said that you quite enjoy tarot cards, but for anyone watching that isn't as familiar with them, every tarot deck has two sections, the major arcana and the minor arcana. And for those of you that are magicians, the minor arcana will probably be more familiar because it patterns itself similarly to playing cards,
Yes.
right? It has a number and a suit.
Yeah.
In playing cards, you might have the 3 of hearts. In the tarot deck, you might have the 3 of wands or the 3 of swords or something.
Yeah.
And we're going to start with the minor arcana for this trick. I need a few cards here. Let's get like...
For those of you who don't know, the major arcana is more like the death and the lovers and the devil
Yes.
and all those and then the minor arcana is like a deck of cards. It's got numbers and suits.
It's the one with the major arcana is the one with the titles and things.
Yeah.
I'm going to deal these down. I'd like you to say stop whenever you want.
Stop.
There, or where would you like this?
The one in your hand.
Would you like it on the deck or down here?
I want it down there.
Okay. Now, I know we have some card experts both watching and to guest later, so I apologize, but I'm going to do my best attempt at a Riffle Shuffle. There you go. And now I'm going to deal these out into packets. And yep, that should be good. Now, between these 4 packets, I want you to pick one. Between 1, 2, 3, or 4, whichever one you want. You have an absolutely free choice. Which one do you want?
Number 2 is calling to my soul.
Number 2. Would you like to change your mind? You're happy with number 2?
I like it.
Okay. We'll get rid of the rest and put that there. Now, let's see what cards you got. Yeah, these should do quite nicely. I have a few here. So, like I said earlier, and like you probably know, there's a number and a suit. Right now, we're just interested in the numbers.
Okay.
So I'll have you read out the cards that you picked. So first one, just the number.
The 2 of chalices.
Yeah. So just the we're looking at the numbers.
Oh,
so just
that's
2.
2.
Yep. And then
4.
4.
Those are nice.
Then
9.
9. Then
Ace.
ace, and then
7.
7. So 2, 4, 9, A7. If we're thinking just with the numbers, the ace becomes a 1. So you get 2, 4, 9, 1, 7.
Yeah.
Does this number mean anything to you?
Yes.
Oh, what does it mean to you?
on a scale from 1 to 100, that is how much I love my subscribers.
That's an excellent meaning to have. All right, subscribers, you got a good mentor here. But yes, we're gonna leave that here for now,
Okay.
and we're gonna move on to this. Now, in this envelope is one card, and it's a card from the Major Arcana, the second section of the tarot decks. And like you said, unlike the Minor Arcana, where there's a number and a suit, they just have titles, they just have names. And when you draw them, when you're giving a tarot reading, it's often like a big picture question or a large scope answer. So in here is one card, and it is genuinely one card. There's genuinely one card in there. And the card that I predicted was, can you read that out? The Sun. Now, the Sun is a very popular card to draw, and for good reason, I think. It's been worshipped throughout societies and civilizations and religions, which kind of makes sense because it gives us so many important things. It gives us vitamins, it makes photosynthesis work, it gives us warmth. But the one reason it is so beloved, the one reason it is so worshipped by so many ancient cultures and a lot of modern religions is because it fights away the darkness. It gives us light. And that number here means that. It means fighting away the darkness. It means giving light. Because if you turn it around, it starts to spell a word. 24917, because LIGHT. That is my routine, light. Thank you very much.
Wow, I have chills. I want you guys to never see it, but I legitimately have chills. There is nothing I don't like about this routine. First of all, it's extremely deceptive because I said stop and you shuffled the packets, and that was a fair shuffle. It was not a fake shuffle, so that's a punch in the gonads. And then you had the 4 piles. I chose the pile, which is crazy. But first of all, I want to ask you, Jethro, is English your first language?
In the Philippines, English and Filipino are very interchangeable. But for me, yes, it is the one I use the most.
Okay, because I was gonna say like your English is not only like your accent, but like the words you use. Like it's so like every now and then you have performers who actually use like good words, and I always appreciate that. Like Max Maven is like that. The vocabulary, like I really appreciate when you use the right words as opposed to interchanging like more vague words. There's something about your presentation I loved. The fact that the one half of the tarot cards revealed something from the second, the message of light and brightness, incredible. And I think everyone else agrees with me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I thought that was, I really love when you guys react to the tricks with better presentation, because that means that you guys value what I value. And it means that somewhere in my YouTube videos, I'm getting through to you, which is awesome. Let's put up your Instagram handle here, Runaway Red String. Yeah, nice. So Runaway Red String is his Instagram, guys. Go give him a follow. He's got some great content on there. So thank you so much, Jethro, for being here with us. I truly do appreciate that. And
thank you so much.
I think that was an incredible way to end our performances from our subscribers. Thank you so much.
Happy to be here.
Oh, sorry. And let's talk about this really quick again. I think you guys are starting to understand, but there was one question earlier about it. If you guys want to be a guest on a live stream, on the Fridays before the live stream, I post on the community page on YouTube and on my Instagram. And by commenting on that post, I pick 4 random people. Don't DM me, please, because that's not how it works. It's in the comments. I'm going to pick 4 people to be guests. All 4 of our guests today did that, and were randomly chosen. Another thing that is really annoying is when you guys go, oh, come on, it's the 3rd time I try. We're choosing randomly based on location, age, and what the material is. We want varied material. So it's always random. We're picking randomly. I'm trying to get everyone on here, so please be patient. In 2 weeks, the next live stream, as I said, is going to be the holiday special. I'm going to have giveaways for my guests. I'm going to have giveaways for the viewers. We're going to do like Christmas presents for you guys. So make sure to participate on that one. Make sure to watch that one in 2 weeks. It's going to be an awesome one. I literally I don't know if this comment came as I was talking, but I literally just covered that. So it's the community post or an Instagram post on the Friday, 2 days before the stream. So 2 weeks from now on the Friday, there's going to be a post on my Instagram or on my YouTube community page where you just comment and I randomly pick people based on that answer. So great. Our next guest, I'm really excited about this. This is every now and then I have guests on the channel that are dear friends of mine, and this is again one of those cases. This is someone I have enormous respect for, and I told you guys earlier that we had some of the youngest guests we've had on the channel in terms of subscribers. This is the youngest guest I've had for my special guest at the end, and it's unreasonable how talented he is for his age. Nobody should be that gifted at that age. And we're going to talk about that a little bit because this guy came into the community at a very young age and immediately got respect. And a lot of people come in at a young age and their attitude makes people just go, oh, we just don't want to deal with that guy. But this guy, from the second he came into the community, all the chatter about him was about how incredible he is. And I think there's a way to do that. I think there's ways to get respect even at a young age. And he definitely did that. And his skill is on par with his awesome personality. He's an incredible performer. He's an incredible teacher. We're going to talk about some of the projects he's working on. Very exciting stuff. Everybody, welcome to the stream, my good friend, Franco Pascali.
You are the nicest, dude. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, dude. It's so great to see you, Franco. Now, I'm pretty sure 99.9% of the subscribers know who you are because you're a freaking legend at your young and tender age. But for those of you who don't, Franco is, and I would say it's funny, Franco, because I don't even know if I want to talk more about your creating and teaching side of things, which you're like a 10 on 10 on, or your performing side of things, which you're also a 10 on 10 on. Which one do you consider yourself more a creator and a teacher, or more of a performer, or both equally? Which one are you more passionate about?
I am equally as passionate about just the world of magic as a whole. So whether that's creating or performing, or I get enjoyment for creating for somebody else, whether it's just what words I could imagine them saying. I consider cardistry to be in the magical realm. And even though cardistry is not magic, in my bubble of magic, cardistry exists. So for me, it's all kind of one thought. But I mean, I would be down to answer really any question about anything. I would say close-up magic related. And the reason I say close-up magic related is because, I had a gig at this hotel, the Roosevelt Hotel, a very popular hotel in Los Angeles. And that was a stand-up show, very few cards. And of course, I could talk about that experience all day. But if I'm being real with everybody watching, I mean, my 20,000, 30,000 hours, whatever, is in the close-up realm. So it's just
the first time we hung out, you were doing a stand-up show. I wouldn't say theater because theater would imply hundreds of people, but you were touring the elite movie theaters. What's it called? iPic.
I almost forgot.
Yeah, iPic. So iPic Theater at some point was doing this thing. So iPic Theater is a chain of theaters that are very high-end, like very high-end movie theaters where every room has limited seating, but it's like really comfortable seating, and they have a bar and they have a menu. And so there was one in Miami, which is where my condo is, and I used to go there all the time. And then I found out that you were performing there, and we'd already been friends. Like, we talked, but we never physically hung out yet. Right. So I went and checked it out, and I didn't catch the show. I came to join you after the show where you're doing close-up at the bar. And just by seeing people, well, first of all, by seeing the number of people who were willing to stick around and watch more magic after a show is so telling of how much you captivated them. But even with the close-up, usually when you watch young magicians, it's all about trick, and they're trying to establish like this, I'm the best. There was something about your close-up that was like, we're all just sharing this experience together. And there's something about the way you do card magic to where you never say this, but I always feel like there's almost like you're confident, but there's a bit of uncertainty as to whether or not something's going to work because there's this casual sort of jazz flavor to what you do. And I thought that was beautiful. You were doing like a couple of A-cans and a couple of just sort of things in the spectator's hand. And it was just sort of like this. It wasn't so much like this routine as much as it was like we're creating magic together. And I loved that vibe. And it's fascinating what you said about cardistry because it's true. You are a master at cardistry. And it somehow comes together really well in your hands to where cardistry dances with magic in a way I haven't quite seen before. Do you find that cardistry has a place in magic performance?
Yeah, so my unfiltered bias is that like I'm in on this secret, and that secret is that cardistry kicks ass and everybody loves it. And I perform cardistry perfect, like, you know, if you're paying me X amount to do a close-up show at your house, like I'm doing cardistry and I'm doing a lot of it. And to me, it's just like the visual storytelling of it just becomes more interesting. And the idea of showing off or braggadociousness is nothing but an idea that your personality will confirm or deny. It has nothing to do with what you're doing ever, I think.
So you think
I mean,
confidence comes through in the way you present yourself?
Yeah, you know, it's like it doesn't have to be showing off if you don't want it to be. I have like this funny metaphor where you go to those Japanese hibachi grills and the chef is doing all those tricks for you, you know? But you don't go, oh, this guy's showing off right now. Look at this guy. Why can't he just make the meal? You sit there and you're like, wow, he's doing this for us. And you're like, he could just be making the meal, but no, he's doing the thing. So, you know, very different. But I think people appreciate and on a certain level expect that level of dexterity. So I just really like it.
That's awesome. And I think that speaks what you're saying right now about, you know, showing off, like let the showing off be done implicitly as opposed to explicitly. I think that speaks volumes to how you got the amount of respect you got in a short amount of time in the community, because it seems to me like, you know, every now and then there's like a couple of young guys that come into the community, and most of the time, 90% of the time, people are resistant to that. The community is resistant to that. But with you, it was almost like everyone was talking about how brilliant you are and how great you are at what you do. And why do you think that is? What do you think? So what advice would you give to like someone who's young, who's owned their skill, who's practiced, where the skill is definitely there and they've got something to show and they've got something to show to the world and present? What advice would you give them in terms of getting respect in a community of mostly hard-headed older magicians who are set in their ways? How do you come into a community that is established and hard-headed and get that respect? How do you do that?
This is a classic question, but every time I answer this question, I'm sure I answer differently based on my current state of mind. But based on what you said, here's what I'm thinking. The first is what a lot of people say, which is you must love it. You must be in love and obsessed with this idea of magic to the extent where you want to practice till your fingers are blistered from doing the waterfall for whatever the hell it's going to be, whether it's coins, this or that. You have to love it, because that love is going to drive you to practice frequently, and that love is going to drive you to not be demotivated when you consider yourself to have failed. That's one of the biggest things in magic. It's like failing and being okay with failing and doing it again, because there's not a single routine I've ever done in my entire life, even once, that I haven't failed many times through. And to a certain extent, felt shitty about it afterwards, right? Like, why do we feel shitty about any of our techniques? And the truth is, it's just because we have a certain expectation of ourselves. We care about ourselves. When we don't meet that expectation, it crushes us. But as a performer, you start to learn that, like, that hardness on yourself is what makes you good. Like, that you being the hardest on yourself will ultimately make you the best.
Right. So practice. I think almost any magician who's accomplished will say that dedication and unrelenting passion for what you do is extremely important. I think any artist, forget magic, any artist, like if you look at who succeeds in magic, if you make a list of who succeeds in magic and you make a list of who's obsessed with magic, there's a very high correlation. Or who's obsessed with their craft. Like there are very few people I've seen in the world who are as obsessed with magic until today as much as Shin. Shin, every time I see him, is always practice, always devoted, always posting, always like so in love with every aspect of the craft. And I think that's important. I think it's important to be more obsessed with the craft, with the talent of it, rather than the attention it brings you, because a lot of people are doing magic as a means to an end, and that end is to get views on TikTok or to get likes on Instagram. And they're always messaging me like, hey bro, can you share my video? And it can't be about that, because Franco, I would guess that the amount of times you've messaged someone to say, yo bro, can you share my video, is this a great fat zero. You might ask your friends now, Franco, one of the reasons that like I'm extremely, for lack of better words, enamored by you is I saw you share things recently. This is very emotional for me. I saw you share things recently about what's happening to my country, which isn't yours.
Yeah.
And I saw you share and urge people more on that than you've ever done as to serve yourself. In other words, I saw such passion and such care from you, going to Armenian restaurants, sharing Armenian brands, talking about what's happening in Armenia in such a direct and unapologetic way, the way Armenians do. You fought for our cause the way we do,
Dude, I grew up with, mostly Armenian friends, and I would feel it was a pleasure to help out my friends. It's like not even second thinking why I would have. It's just a must. People need to know about it.
But no one else, I don't know so many people who would do that for friends. Most people are so self-serving and it's all about them, and I saw more heart behind that, getting awareness for your friends, than anything you've ever done for your own videos and your own, like, yo, bro, share my cardistry video or anything like that. And I think when you're so genuine and you're so real, people naturally gravitate to wanting to help you. And I think that's it. I think that's the secret. So
I appreciate that so much, man.
Dude, I appreciate what you did for Armenia, and I will for life. So I think kindness, there's a big lesson in kindness here, guys. And you will get a lot more from guys like me by showing kindness towards other people than by self-serving and trying to push your own agenda. And I think that's a big lesson here. Now, that being said, Franco,
Yes.
He's going to show us now something really cool. I'm excited to see this. He's going to teach us a fake cut. But while you're doing that, before you do that, guys, if you have any questions for Franco, this guy is literally a genius when it comes to cards. So if there's any questions you have, any manipulations you're stuck with, or any moves you're working on, let me know in the comments. Now, before you know what? I'm actually going to switch it up. We're going to end with the tutorial because I want to talk about this first. Franco has an Instagram page that he runs that is, I love the way he's doing this. So basically, he's doing really clever tutorials on there, and he's teaching really great worker stuff. The only thing he's asking is what you learn from there, you use to perform in the real world, and don't post it on social media, because he's retaining the rights to this brilliant material, and I believe he should, and that's should be done. The reason I love this, the way he's doing this, is because you need to be given access to see this stuff. So basically, when you sign up, he checks you out really quick to make sure that you actually do practice magic and you respect the art, and then he'll grant you access to his brilliant thinking and his brilliant teachings. And I'm talking to him. I'm going to be submitting some really great ideas to that as well soon. So I'm going to pop up the...
Thank you, Spidey. And of course, what I really check for is what Spidey said, just that, like, you're practicing. It's not a level thing. It's just like a do I care thing, like, do you care about magic? Cool. That's
So guys, the page is down here. You could see it, Magic Intel. It's an Instagram page. He's also releasing an incredible deck of cards that is the epitome of elegance on that. So you guys definitely want to be in the loop there. A lot of really big time magicians are spending time there. Like, it's also a rite of passage. Like, other magicians know, like, I know if I see someone on Magic Intel that I could take them seriously because they've passed the Franco test. Like, if they're there, they're good people, so it's a great place to network as well and see other magicians that you can network with. So it's Magic Intel. Franco, we have a habit here on the channel, and here's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone now who's listening, all the subscribers, you guys go and request the follow on that page. It doesn't mean for sure you're going to be granted the follow, but your page has to have a bit of magic on it. You have to show that you're dedicated to the art. So you have some time to post today, because he's probably going to check over the next couple of days. But here's what we do, Franco. The subscribers are going to go follow Magic Intel right now. They're going to come back to this video and say in the chat that they did that. So guys, just say followed in the chat. And Franco, I'm going to put their names up at the bottom, and we're going to thank them by first name. So whether it's their first name or their handle, we're just going to thank them personally for those who did follow. So guys, go do that. Hit that follow request, and then come back here and say follow or requested, and we are going to thank you. So Franco, you have to thank them by name. Go.
Thank you, Crispy. You are amazing. Thank you, the Redstone Golem. Thank you so much, Daniel. Can't thank you enough for following. That's amazing, especially Magic Clouds. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for following. Right after Magic Clouds, I gotta thank Sam. Sam just really killed it with that follow button. Good finger placement. Nicholas did it with the pinky. He pinkied the follow, which is fine. I'm okay with that. That's awesome. Charcoal, thank you for following. I mean, wow. We also have
he already did it. He already did it. Sorry. Go, Ziad.
Thank you, Ziad. Thank you so much.
Let's do one or two more here.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you.
And let's do this.
And Magic Productions. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for following him. We can't do all of you guys. It would take forever. But thank you for all of you who followed him. He's going to check you guys out. Make sure that your heart is where it needs to be. And I want to congratulate those of you who are going to get that request accepted, because it's a great place to be. It's a great community, and you guys are going to get some really good material. Please be respectful with it. I don't want Franco to write back to me in a month and be like, dude, your subscribers are doing my stuff on social media. It's for us. He's sharing great ideas that come from his heart, and you guys are gonna love it. So, okay, that being said, Franco, we are ready to learn this fake cut. I'm just gonna
I was watching people perform stuff. I was gonna teach you a false cut, which I'm still gonna do, but I was just watching, all the fun stuff people were showing. I wanted to show all of you a 30-second trick.
Yes, please.
Say stop, Spidey.
Stop.
Let's take a look. We got one card here, the 9, and what we'll do is the 9 goes in the pocket. Okay, so we have to, it's like card to pocket, right? But
with
first,
a kickback.
The 9 goes in
What
there.
the hell?
I don't think this is gonna work. That was literally all I wanted to show you, and I was sitting there very excited to just do that with Ray's Rice.
Dude, that is so good. That is so freaking good. I love that. I love that kickback. It's kind of like, I don't remember which movie it is, but it's like in Click. You ever see Click with Adam Sandler?
I have. Yes, I have.
Like he's trying to get rid of the remote, and he like throws it in the garbage, but it's back in his pocket. And he throws it out the window. It's back in his pocket. It reminded me of that. That was awesome.
Another thing that came to mind. I'm very scatterbrained in the mornings, and for Franco Pascali, 1:30 p.m. is the morning.
Spidey.
Spidey, say stop here.
Stop.
So go ahead and remember this card.
Yeah.
We got it?
Mm-hmm.
So here's the idea. This could be mixed, but if I cut to the deck just right, if I really cut straight to that king, shit. Let's try that again. If I really cut straight to that king, it should come out of the deck and land on top. Thank you very much. Let's try again with this card. Could you remember the 10 of diamonds?
Uh-huh.
We'll do it with the 10. The 10 is going to perform Deja Vu.
Oh, man. So good. That's so clever, man. That's so clever.
That was just I've been doing that lately. I have showed somebody that, but I was thinking about like, I want to be able to give somebody a lot of visuals in just 30 seconds, Yeah. Because when you're doing a performance, and I know these were very light, kind of nothing ideas, very new ideas, but those two ideas do kind of speak to something that I really believe in, which is when you're out and about, at least for me, I'm not really trying to win people over with like big brain presentations, or if I'm at a bar or I just met somebody, I'm going to be way less likely to dive deeper into maybe any magic presentation. But what I will do is think of the first minute and 30 seconds as kind of like, in a way, a magical boxing match. And I want to seduce them with visuals and things happening so that later they will listen to my words and they will listen to what I have to say.
You know, this is when you brought this up, especially when you were doing this and you asked me to say stop. It reminds me of a video you posted of a guy in a bar that was pretty much the biggest a-hole I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
Do you remember that video you posted?
He was unbelievable. It was like difficult to believe. And if y'all haven't seen it, it's on my Instagram. I think the clip art, I'm using like David Blaine's shiny cards.
But that
But
it's on your actual, not your Magic Intel, right?
Yeah.
Let me pop that up as well. You guys should definitely go follow him on both accounts. And it's just your name, right?
Yep. And I'm so mad I dropped that card.
Sick. That's correct, right? Look down. Is that correct? That's your handle?
Yes.
So this video was you at a bar and you were doing there are hecklers in Magic to where it's not necessarily malicious, but they're just a wisecracking guy. They like the attention. It's like, oh, chicken pocket. No. This guy wasn't a heckler, went above and beyond that. He was miserable. He hated his own life. And everything you did was like, no, I don't want that one. No, keep going. No, I don't want that. Well, you said you said this. And like,
it's so true.
He just it went so beyond trying to catch you. It went beyond disliking Magic. It was to the point where some hecklers, you look at them, you go, they're just being like, and the way you handled it, man, like I would have knocked him out and stopped performing.
Yeah.
And you just kept going and you just kept
I think it was also funny because in looking at it, I realized I was actually super calm, and that added to the humor because like truly I was in the middle of the most mundane movements, like ultra calm. I might have literally just been like, we're going to give these a mix. Could you say stop?
That's exactly what it was.
Stemming from there, the whole world collapsed.
That's the best way to explain it.
Yeah.
The world around him collapsed.
You have to see it.
You have to see it, guys. You have to go. Like, I know I told you guys to follow Magic Intel, but go follow Franco Pascali and you got to go see this guy, because here's the thing. I think it'll be the most motivating thing, guys, because if all of you who are watching right now, all 200 of you are watching right now, and the thousands who are going to watch this over the next couple of days, if you guys all go perform Magic every day for the rest of your life until the day you die, all of us together, none of us will ever meet a guy who is as miserable as this guy. I don't know what I would have done. I would have lost my patience. I would have said, guy, whatever it is that made you this miserable,
I'll tell you.
I hope life goes better.
I want to tell you like a piece of that story that's very difficult to believe afterwards, but I almost wonder if it's like better for them to watch it. It's you should watch it.
Go watch it.
Long story short, yes, the guy was miserable, but he actually did end up really liking it. The thing is, I would have to actually rummage through video clips that made no sense because the way he was talking to me just simply made no sense. So like I couldn't even post any of that, but there was something up with that guy, man.
Yeah, it's well, anyways, that was insane. That video showed me how because anyone else at your age, I know certainly me at your age, when I was in my younger 20s, Magic for me was a way to get attention. That's all it was. Like I was good at it. I wasn't anywhere near as good as you are. I will never be, but I was
Dude, you're fucking amazing. Cards are just one tiny speck of the universe of Magic.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever. At your age, it was all about I'm the best, and I'm going to show you how I'm the best, and I want to just prove I'm the best. And it was always like about getting this attention. So something like that, to where a guy was like being that much of a D, to me would have been like, no, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I would have lost my cool. I would have probably done this big egotistical thing of like, dude, I'm just trying to be nice to you. Like I'm on TV. You're just a freaking loser. So I don't know. I don't know what would have come out, but it wouldn't have been that calm patience you had. So tip my hat to you. All right, let's learn this fake cut.
Yes, fake cut. So first thing about cardistry, I want to say I'm switching decks. So the reason I'm switching decks is the same reason I would in real life. This is a new deck of cards. Cardistry is already difficult, and cardistry is harder with a new deck of cards. So I simply avoid the problem
Because
by
they
not
slip and
using a
slide?
new deck of cards.
Hey, is
What?
that a GameCube remote behind you?
Yeah, I've been playing Super Smash
But do you play it on the Switch or that's for the Switch?
on the Switch. Yeah,
Hell yeah. We should go at it online, bro, whenever you have time.
absolutely.
Who's your character?
I'm not very good, man. So I just play different people, but I like Zero Suit Samus.
Really? Could be
Yeah.
very annoying. A little slow, but very annoying. Cool. Go.
So we have, let's say, we have that queen that was selected, and after that queen was selected, it's been controlled to the top by your favorite means, or not, or maybe this is just a card you want to produce. But the false cut is like this.
Wow, beautiful.
So it's just kind of like a very modern construction for a cut, and it's totally false. Nothing
Beautiful.
changes out of order.
Beautiful. So none of the packets switch. The whole thing goes back to order.
Yeah, you can do this in stack.
I'm gonna
and
do
there's
this. You know what? I'm
something
gonna
about the
do
way the
this.
hands- Yeah.
No, hold on. Oh no, I don't like that. I like that. Okay, let's learn it.
Yes. So the requirements in the left hand is really just that you're able to do a Charlier cut, but more importantly, you have to be able to bring it up to the thumb and actually be able to thumb cut the cards. So that in and of itself is kind of difficult, which is to Charlier cut that and have that be able to stall on your thumb.
How do you do it? I'm almost there. Is there tips for that?
There's no real tips other than like you have to be playing with how the deck is laying on your hand. So if you see my hand here and I'm holding it kind of tight, I would actually benefit more from letting the deck ride kind of lower onto my hand like that.
Okay.
And the reason why is because now this space
More
is
available.
going to be the
I did
space
it.
that's going straight up to the
I
thumb.
did it.
Yes, great.
So for those of you who don't know, really quick, Charlier is you've got the pinky and the index on either side, and then these two fingers are there. Your thumb basically comes over here, splits it up, lets that packet drop. Your index curls under, rides it up like this, and closes. But in this case, he's suggesting that the deck start a little further down this way. That way, you can swing around like this and catch it with your thumb like that. Cool. Now what?
Now, the right hand, you could actually like practice the movement kind of on its own. But what would happen is you're picking up by the non-indexed corners.
Hold on. Non-indexed corners. So,
And it's with your thumb and middle.
okay.
And I would say you want, third, less than a third even.
Okay.
What happens is this hand is going to do this.
So that's the ring finger is pushing,
This is the index finger
pulling.
going in and then stopping it right about there. But what's going to be happening while you're doing that is going to be this, right? So basically the first motion would be the following. You pick up by those non-indexed corners. You twist as that opens. And this twisting packet, you're going to use your left index finger here to just connect that there. Because in a moment, you're going to split open.
Woo!
But again, starting flat, you pick up by the non-indexed corners. Your right hand spins. This opens. The left hand that's doing this cut, right? Look at what's happening with the left hand. Very important that that index finger comes clear. So when this goes there, you're connecting to that index finger. And now you have like this.
Hold on. This is I'm here and I'm doing this. And then or am I hold on.
I think you're grabbing the indexed corners maybe.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, there you go. Non-indexed, boom.
Non-index, then you're doing this.
Boom, yeah, and then this front part, short
Here.
edge. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Cool.
And from there, you have basically pressure here.
Yeah.
And the thumb is just going to peel off like one packet. So now your left index finger is connecting it by the left index finger, and your right middle finger on that corner is there.
Yep. Do I have it?
Yeah, looks like you do.
Cool.
Looks like you do. Now, what'll happen is, this is kind of a hard position to hold, but the ring finger is gonna be able to support this packet, technically.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're doing non-indexed corners here. You're doing the Charlier cut, the pivot to get to here. So what's happening is you're opening, right? And now that ring finger is going there.
I lost my packet, but yeah, I follow.
And it's letting it fall back. So what's going to happen is you're going to fall back after connecting. So you're here, boom, ring finger's there. So now it's sturdy. Now you're moving this packet basically as if you're going to square it up here, but you're not. You're not going to square it up there. What you're going to do is you're going to go there, and this finger, which is still on it, is going to be a pivot point for this to go here. And once this is here, everything kind of goes back, and it gets very tricky after that split. It's almost like very easy up until the split. But from here, you're going back. That index finger keeps connection, and then you leave that down. So now you're kind of in this grip, right? What the right hand did was absolutely nothing. So this is just going to go there, and you're just going to plop that on top. This hand just has to do that. So the bottom half is literally doing a Charlier cut and then going right back where it came from, and this is just doing this. So it's a whole bunch of absolutely nothing, movement-wise. But it's
beautiful though, the way it
what
flows.
looks like a very kind of
Gorgeous.
hypnotic structure.
Yeah. Guys, obviously a lot of us, including me, are going to have to go watch this live again when it's posted to be able to follow that. Franco, I don't know how your camera is set up, but is there any way that you can hug it and just do it slowly once to where we could see your hands from your angle?
Yeah.
Because to anyone who's trying to...
Let me see if I could figure out...
If you
How
could
do I
just stand-
swap camera?
I don't know. What are you using?
iPhone.
And you can't swap it?
Oh, here we go. Think so?
Yeah, I see your TV now.
Yes. How's this?
Great. Just do it slowly once. Amazing.
That was kind of hard. Okay.
So guys, the best way to learn it is to go back and watch this video, listen to what he said, and then follow along with that slow motion again and again and again until your hands get it. That's how I used to learn any card moves. I used to just watch it and just keep doing it. And everyone's hands are different. So if you find that there's a slightly different placement that works for you, that's fine. Do it that way. Franco, I can't thank you enough for your time, for your wisdom, for your kindness. I hope you guys go follow him at Magic Intel and at Franco Pascali on his Instagram. I hope that you guys realize how much you can learn from a guy like this. And also a lot of you younger guys, look more at like sort of the way he carries himself in the community, because I think that's one of the biggest lessons you can learn, how to just, it's not so much about pushing your agenda as much as it's about bettering the art. And I think that's huge. So Franco, can't thank you enough. I'm sure you'll be back on the channel someday, you know, when we're,
Absolutely.
I mean, you guys might remember a vlog we did in Miami from a couple of years ago. It was one of the funnest videos I did, where we did the pliers.
Oh, yeah.
You kept calling it a wrench. And I only realized afterwards in editing that it's not even a wrench. So we were doing the the card catches with the pliers. And then Joseph did the kickback with the whole deck. Anyways, that was a great vlog. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll leave a link in the description. You guys go see me and Franco hanging out. You'll see clips of what I talked about earlier in Florida because I filmed him performing for people. You'll see the elegance with which he carries himself when he performs. A lot to learn there. I'll definitely leave a link to that vlog. You guys should go check it out. Franco, can't thank you enough for your time, my friend, and hope you're being safe out there.
Thank you, everybody, for listening.
And we will see you on the Magic Intel.
Sounds great.
Guys, I want to thank everyone for being here. It was a great live. I say this every time, but it seems like the talent is just getting better and better. Everyone today was incredible. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next week with a great tutorial from a master teacher of magic.